Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we want to thank thee for another wonderful day. Lord, bless this group of people as we're here tonight to do the business for our county so it's equal and fair to every individual in our county. Lord, bless our troops that are fighting for our rights, our freedom, our current way of life. Lord, bless families this holiday weekend coming up. Be with them, guide them, protect them. In thy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Roll call, everyone is present except Commissioner Scott Johnson, who is out of town. So the first item is approval of the minutes from the October 22nd financial meeting.
So move.
Second.
All right, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public comment? See anybody particularly? Raise your hand, say something. All right, seeing none, moving on. New business or solid waste report?
We're very excited to say that we will be receiving the TDEC recycling grant that we applied for. The grant will cover a new compactor, receiver boxes, receiver box for that recycling of cardboard at toll gates where it's going to go. We got 8 20-yard slider boxes for news and cardboard. We've got 6 open, 6-yard, 6 30-yard open top containers for more metal recycling. We will be awarded the contract in February. And then as soon as that comes in and we get all the papers and everything signed off on it, delivery of the boxes will be about 4 weeks out and 8 to 9 weeks out on the compactor once it's ordered. The grant is for approximately $178,000, of which we will pay 30%. Everything should be in place and this grant closed by June the 1st of 2025. We swapped the entrance at El Bethel Convenience Center to come through the old exit gate and to go out the old entrance gate. This was done for safety reasons for vehicles, so they're not out on Highway 41A, and to better utilize space and make it easier to get to the recycling boxes before they take their trash off. Sometimes they'll have their recycling materials and their trash piled on the bottom, so they have to unload everything. So we just thought this would make it a whole lot more convenient and easier to safety-wise for everybody to get through. Twisted conference I attended was great. They had several really good topics, and I was recertified in my suits training, so I will be training the attendants in the spring. And I'm also excited to say that Mark and I will be discussing glass recycling this month with a new vendor. Williamson County is doing business with them, and I believe Franklin County also started. Mark and I did talk to R&S Recycling Services. They don't have any boxes right now, but come January, we hope to have one box at El Bethel to start glass recycling. They seem like this is a really good deal. We will be paid some for the glass. They will take all commingled glass, so there's no separation of it. It does have to be clean. Shanna Boyette, our HR person, was doing our Title VI and Title VII training. So the Highway Department and Solid Waste are both cleared on that, as our insurance changes were made with US Able. And that pretty much, we'd been having a pretty busy month. Recycling figures for October, 9,276.45. Metal prices are down to about 150 a ton. So that's about half of what we've been getting in the past. We recycled 90.11 tons. Disposal costs at the landfill were $37,508.80. And the increase in the tonnage was 1,042.78 tons. Any questions for me? I know Mark is going to give you a little bit of information about the ISW contract. Thank you.
Commissioner Young.
I'd just like to, I went in the wrong entrance and exit at Unionville, and I just wanted to say that the man was real nice to me. I just wasn't paying attention, but he pointed the signs out. read it wouldn't happen again, but he was very nice.
I know it's a change for everybody, but we really feel like this is gonna be a benefit. We are having signs made in Spanish also, so that will help a lot
That
of
might
the
help me too.
Hispanics out there.
That was El Bethel, not you.
It was El Bethel.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I thought
I
you-
knew where I was. I just,
I can tell by the conversation.
When you said he was
This-
real nice, that's what he
yeah.
explained to me. You was in Unionville, so you did do the wrong things. He was just trying to be nice to you.
That's it.
And you sure you knew where you were?
I promise I knew where.
Yeah, so, Mark, you want to talk about that and why we rerouted that traffic?
Yeah, the rerouting of the traffic before we moved all the recycling boxes and all, and all the traffic was backing out into Unionville Highway, and it was a very dangerous situation. I know there was a lot of stuff on social media and everything going around, but didn't understand why, but it was a safety factor. Plus, it sped up the traffic coming in, delivering the recyclables, putting them in, the trash coming in. So when you come in now, you've got basically 6 lanes that you can go and travel in. So it's making the traffic move around instead of just waiting for one lane. So it's worked out very well out there so far. So right now we're not having really no issues, I guess, other than Commissioner, I guess, coming in the back way still, but everybody else seems like it's sort of caught up with it a little bit. So it's worked out well. And I'll fill y'all in on our ISWA. You know, I filled y'all in and sort of kept you up to speed where we was at. ISWA has approved the new contract for us. Our rates are going to jump up probably 58.86 is where we're going to. That means when we get into budget time, you know, I try to prepare everybody where when it gets budget time, I don't hit you with something just off the end right here. But we're going to be looking at you're going to have to find at least $250,000 extra for disposal costs. Diane and myself, we are working on some different plans and some different things that maybe for everybody to look at and decide how you really want to go with that. If you want to do some things to try to save some of that money, if you want to do some different things some other ways. But we're looking at about $250,000 more for disposal costs. So that's the way we'll be locked in probably for the next 10 years.
The 5886 is going to be good for 10 years?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought they were talking about some stair step. We're gonna get some kind of increase, and then there was another one to come.
No, it's a 2% increase per year, which is below CPI standards and all, because they're normally, I guess Robert can help me with that, they're normally like between 3 and 4% of CPI increases. So when we locked the contract in, they locked in at only a 2% increase per year. So if the CPI goes to 4 or 4.5, normally everybody goes to that number. So this group has locked it in at 2% for the next 10 years. Well, possibly for the next 20 years. They got a 10-year contract with 2 5-year renewals.
And you're still taking the waste to Lewisburg?
Yes. Yes.
All right, any questions? All right, thank you for your hard work on that. Human resource?
Good evening. You all have the personnel onboarding and offboarding data in front of you. That is reflective for personnel for the month of October. So the part-time, all with the exception of one, were your temporary part-time election workers. That was the bulk of the part-time that you see on that report. And then the remaining full-time was a combination of budgeted full-time positions for E911, juvenile detention, let's see, jail, juvenile courts, sheriff's department, and then there was a transfer in one department as well. And then your offboarding numbers are there as well, and that was just a total of 4. So the increase really was your election workers that were seasonal. And then job postings that are current, we have corrections and juvenile detention that are posted on our website, and we still have one maintenance tech position that we're looking to fill. But we have brought in corrections officers, a building maintenance technician, a CDL driver, juvenile detention officer, and a dispatcher for the sheriff's department. And then my primary focus in October specifically was working with the state of Tennessee and the finance department on open enrollment for medical benefits. And then last week we finished up with life insurance, cancer, short-term, long-term disability meetings with US Able with our employees. And I spoke with one of our US Able reps on Friday of last week. And he did confirm we had several employees that utilized those in-person meetings last week to enroll in new benefits or to update. So that was a very positive response and very smooth transition on both of those open enrollments. And then, of course, I have started year-end Title VI and Title VII training. I've completed at some departments, and then others I'm getting ready to schedule and getting ready to send out electronic option for training as well. And that's all I have, unless you all have questions.
Mr. Young.
On the draft update for the county vehicle policy, and it's got to call my personnel.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, they're two separate policies.
Right.
So when I have the ability to work on them, I go through and update because my goal is to update the personnel policy on the mayor's side. So I've been working on that, and I have just certain paragraphs and highlights. And then I had spoken to administration about the vehicle policy that we have, and we've just got some old language that's not the best reflection of our organization right now. It's just old and needs to be updated. Some of the departments have certain specific vehicles, and when you write a policy, and I'm sure it was a model policy at the time, and we've kind of moved away from, we don't want to list specifically the models of the vehicles for some of these departments because they have the ability to change and roll off. So we just need to kind of consolidate, not really change our position that we present to you all or administration. It's just to update the language to make it more appropriate for how we operate day to day. And that's when I get those finished, I'll present those to the mayor. So hopefully I'm getting really close to getting those done. I'll work on those in my spare time when I'm not doing the onboarding.
All right. Any other questions? Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Archives, I don't believe she's here, but your report is with you. And our owner rep is with the fire marshal on a project, and so his report is in there as well. And so there's no concern or issue. We'll move on to monthly reports.
And you've got your monthly financial statements, and also behind that, you've got the analysis of tax collections. And I wanted to point out, property tax collections have gone up this month, and that's just a matter of when people pay. But compared to last year, we're 271,000 ahead of the same time. And prior year collections were 36,000 ahead at the same time. Clerk and master collections are up 10,600 over last year, and sales tax is up 634,000 over last year. And then the last page is the mineral severance tax, and that is less than what we collected at the same time last year by $4,400. And I did want to mention these increases. We do budget some of these increases. This is just comparing one year to the other, but we actually budget a trend for the increase. The next area, you have some expenditures, and we've highlighted in red if they're above average. You can see what is above average. A lot of it is travel, and that's because people use it at the beginning of the year versus the end of the year. And on page 3, we've got utilities. Some of our utilities are hitting around the average. Food supplies, some of those are above average, and that's because they issue purchase orders in advance for the food. We have maintenance, and our maintenance is above average in a couple of categories. And I think the mayor's looking at, like, for instance, at the veteran service to see if we can't get a new vehicle. So there's some things to offset that. Diesel fuel is 38% overall, and gasoline is 41%. And that's a lot of that is because we top up the tanks. It's not just that gas went up. It's a matter of when we buy the gas and diesel. Legal services are up in highway department, and that's it.
We paid any of the lawyer fees for the.
Yes, we have. For the lawsuit with the city. Yes.
We have. When do you do the next budget amendment?
When? We try to do it like in March, but we may have to do one try to do it 3 times a year, like October, March, and then at the end of June. But sometimes we have to do one in between if it's something that's very important.
Well, the reason I ask is, archives is probably gonna have to have a new roof, and so we'll have to do a budget on that.
We got some restricted funds that
Right.
would actually cover.
Right, we still gotta do a
Right. Yeah,
budget on that.
absolutely. All right, any other questions on that? Other monthly reports, your report is in here. Ted had a conflict, not able to be here. So he'll be back with us next month if you have anything. I see in here, he has the EMS write-offs. That comes as their, as audit requires, once they've been exhausted in their system. So this just has to go to the commission for approval.
Move to send on.
Second.
All right, motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Surplus property, Board of Education, just got a list for you. in your packet. This needs to go to the commissions. Oh, it does not,
This
sorry.
needs to be approved.
Okay, so we just need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? EMA grant from Justice.
This is a 3-year grant. And we will have to amend the budget for this, but since it's beyond 1 year, we brought it to you.
So it needs to go to the commission? Okay, so we need a motion to send it to the commission.
Make a motion to send it to the commission. Second.
All right, motion second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, if you're, I see that Jeff just stepped in. If you guys are okay, we'll just bring him up and let him. No, that's Mark's. It's gonna come under us.
Okay.
He-
Okay.
All right, so if you're,
You have my report. I don't know if there's anything to add. I sent the mayor an article today that came out yesterday from the comptroller's office. State of Tennessee is $9.5 billion short for schools in the state of Tennessee.
for
I
infrastructure,
thought that was a good article
for infrastructure.
for infrastructure. So it's $5 billion for new schools and 4.8 for repairs. That's a billion, not
That's in
a million.
billions.
Yeah, billion with a B.
Any particular question, Commissioner?
Kind
I'm
of going
sorry.
along with that, I don't know, I would love, if you have not shared with commissioners, the TASER report showing, have you shared that
No.
already?
No.
Showing, how much with our growth that we would need in school infrastructure, and it's about 52 million over the next 5 years.
Yeah, we will get that report out. I was waiting to get with you about
Okay.
how you wanted it circulated. But again, this is, the state does these calculations and put these predictors in. So it probably even more than that. It's certainly not over projected. So it continues to be a challenge that we all, this table and in this room are aware of. We've made some significant improvements, but we still got a long ways to go.
We are, and going along with what he is helping us do right now, we're really trying to address with our the ESSER money that we have, we're able to do some reimbursements, and we're able, the community will be very excited. We're able to do bathrooms at the Cascade football, baseball field. If you recall, we only had a bathroom there, but no sink to wash your hands. So we're excited we'll be able to tackle that. Also, community baseball has been there since the 70s and had a lot of problems there. We're able to tackle that one. And also, happy to say that the soccer complex and softball complex at Cascade, we're able to do bathrooms there. So we're very excited. The community uses those fields a lot. So we appreciate being able to do that. Robert helped us with our reimbursements with ESSER, and we got that in on time. We look forward to it.
That's great.
And our field house at Liberty,
Yeah.
we delivered block today, so that will begin after the holiday.
So a lot going on besides just getting kids out of portable classrooms. Also, the other things that are important to the education base that we have. So thank you guys for that. Also, I need to, if there's no other questions for him, we need to officially approve the monthly reports. Do we need to go to the commission? So we just need a motion.
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so now, we have Beth Davis here with us from the foundation. And, we gave you a little handout. She's gonna give you a little snapshot of what, the foundation has coming up. It's gonna be an annual event for them. It's a fundraiser for, I won't steal your thunder. You can tell them what it's gonna be for. So if you'll step up to the thing. Here, I think we have an opportunity, if this body agrees and wants to forward it to the commission, to pick up a sponsorship here that we could do annually with hotel motel funds like we did for the Christmas as well. So let's see what she has to say.
I'm Beth Davis with Community Foundation, and the inaugural Connected Community 5K will take place May 10th of 2025. So we are excited to bring this to the community for a first-time event, but it'll be a sustainable, collaborative event that we hope will go on for years and years, and will be a big part of bringing the community, the school district, businesses, and individuals together on an annual basis. The goal of the program is to raise funds for what the Community Foundation supports, which is Bedford County Schools, as well as initiatives within Shelbyville and Bedford County. So anything that impacts the community members of both Shelbyville and Bedford. Currently, the programs that are being supported within Bedford County Schools, teacher grants, which we just awarded the second round of them, spring grants, teacher grants, which has been contributions from businesses and organizations within Shelbyville and Bedford. The first year we did it was 5,000 contribution that teachers are able to apply for those grants at any denomination. They are reviewed by a team within Bedford County Schools, and then they're reviewed by the foundation board for approval, and then we are able to grant those funds to teachers that are looking for innovative things to do in their classrooms that falls outside the normal budget. So we were thrilled that we were able to do 5,000 last year, 10,700 this year, and we want those numbers to continue to grow. So this will be one of those fundraisers that we will do on an annual basis that will help us support that initiative, as well as other initiatives that the school district brings to the Community Foundation. So that is an option on an annual basis for the school district to come to the Community Foundation and say, these are programs and initiatives that we have going on that we can't pay for within the normal budget. Are these things that the Community Foundation can fund? The other part of it from a community perspective is we're looking for programs and initiatives that will impact the community and as many people in the community as possible. One initiative that'll start in summer, or really spring of 2025, is called FACE, which stands for Friends Applauding Community Enhancement. It is basically kicking off the beautification program that took place back in the 80s. Helen Garner, that was very instrumental in that program then, has been helping us to work and take that program from where it was then and move it forward into a different direction now. So it will start with recognition, which is businesses and residential, for people that are taking pride in their place, making improvements, whether it's a new build, whether it's renovation, updates, landscaping. So that we'll start taking nominations for business and residential in June, in July, and with the awards being given out in May of 2025. And then the two other pieces of that. One is increasing the art in the community by working with initially murals, but also working with the school district, as well as the different artists that we are starting to identify in this community. There are many, as the Bedford Collective art group has formed and is starting to really pull those folks together. So we want to make that a part of it as well. We do have approval to move forward with the first mural. We have been working with Glass Hollow to be able to utilize their building, and we'll be working hopefully with the state of Tennessee to get grant money for that as well. But this will also support that. And then the third part of it is working with city and county on identifying blighted communities, neighborhoods, and how the Community Foundation can be a part of that funding initiative and helping move that forward. Other areas we'll work with will be mental health, which is focus for the community. The Young Leadership Bedford group raised money for that 2 years ago for the benefit of Hope. That money has now gone into LifeSource, which is a new mental health facility services in the community. And the Benefit of Hope program, what it does is it provides funding to students 21 and under that are not able to pay for those services. They can then go to LifeSource and go through the application process. And if they meet the qualifications, they can have 6 sessions free of charge through LifeSource. So we would also like the Community Foundation to be able to continue to support LifeSource and the programs that they're doing as well. So those are just a couple examples. Young professionals will be another one that the Community Foundation will always support as that population is near and dear to keeping the community moving forward. So how does the Connected Community 5K do all of that? From starting now, registration opened last week. We will be working significantly a lot with the school district. The goal for each one of the schools is to have 10% of their population participate, which will give us our initial goal, which is 1,000. That is a lofty goal for a 5K, but when you have the support of your school district and community, it's not. It's very doable. So if we have 1,000 from the school district and then we look at the community to bring the rest, 2,000 is a very doable number. We've had tremendous support from the city and county already in helping us move forward with identifying the course and getting everything on track. We're working with a group out of Nashville called Run Nash that will certify the course. It will be a timed race. Everybody will receive a medal. Everybody will receive a T-shirt. So it will be a race that you will remember. And if you've never done a 5K, it will be one that you will want to do again and again. The course will start on the square. We wanted to focus on the square this year because of everything that's happening on the square and bring highlight to that. We'll travel out lane and go past the Cooper House, go out to the showgrounds. Everybody will do a lap around the center ring where there will be entertainment for everyone involved, and then come back to the square for a celebration festival afterwards. So the opportunities to engage this community are tremendous, from businesses to students to families, all ages, all levels of physical activity, and it brings everybody together for common causes that will help move this community forward. So we are asking for the county to support this initiative. We think it will be important to have city and county both represented as one of the collaborative partners along with the school district.
And she came over to talk to me about it. I've also spoke with the city of Shelbyville. They're strongly looking at this as well. In fact, I think it's maybe on their agenda for the next meeting. And I think both the city and myself have thought that the recommendation would be for the $5,000 sponsorship for this. This would come from my perspective, if this group sends it to the commission and they support it, would come out of the hotel motel tax, just like we did tourism and community with the Christmas part coming up. This fund is generating about $30,000 a year, so this doesn't jeopardize that. Those are funds that are supposed to be infused back into the community. We think it makes a lot of sense. Again, I spoke with the city officials even today to reaffirm that they are looking to go forward with this. They're certainly going to have it on their agenda for an option. And so it would certainly be my request that we send this to the commission, asking them to support $5,000 sponsorship for the annual 5K.
What's the projected fund? What are you looking for completed funds total?
The initial goal is that we raise the money up front that pays for the actual putting the race on, which is $35,000 to $38,000. Anything above and beyond that will go back. So our goal with that is then that as we get registrations in, all registration money goes back to funding the school and the initiative.
I make a motion, we send this to full commission with a recommendation.
Second.
All right, motion second. We're open for discussion. No question. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so we'll send that to the commission and see if they would support and agree with that. Under other business, I believe the fire chief had been to the property committee discussing some surplus, but it needs to ultimately wind up here, and so we've got it under other business, and he made a list for us to have here tonight, and he's here to explain what's going on.
If you've got any questions, it's just a bunch of serial numbers of all the equipment that we're looking to surplus. sell gov deals, however we normally get rid of that equipment. I do want to bring your attention, and I failed to mention it to the Properties Committee. If you see Station 7, that's the city of Bell Buckle. They're requesting, as you know, we've got 2 county trucks over there. They're requesting that equipment that came with that truck to stay on that truck, and I've made a note down at the bottom with those serial numbers. So those won't be surplused out. They're gonna stay with those trucks over there. But they will take full responsibility, repairs, all that, on with it. This gets it off our books, and it was, replaced with that federal grant that we got, I think it was last year.
Right,
Was it?
and these were, originally, we were discussing potentially transferring some of this to East Tennessee if the need was there, but that's been
Yes, that's
decided that.
correct. They, our area coordinator said that it wasn't needed, that they had equipment just like it, that they didn't know what to do with. So we just go through our normal
And so by
process.
surplus in this will allow us then to dispose of it properly and meet the
Yes, sir.
auditing.
Yes, sir.
I have a question though. All of it's steel and aluminum. Would we be better off to,
I don't know.
I mean,
I'll
sell it?
tell you, it's probably gonna be pennies on the dollar, I don't know. And
Metal's down a little bit right now. Yeah, it's about half of what it's normally been right now.
I can tell you what it costs to, like one of those valves that goes in the bottle is $350 a valve. The bottles are right at $1,000 a piece to buy them new.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They won't bring anything like that.
Somebody's gonna buy them to sell them.
Yeah, they'll, generally what is seen, a company that rebuilds these things, they'll purchase them pennies on the dollar, and then they'll turn around and flip them for around 5.
But for us to properly
Yeah,
dispose, we got a surplus and it
Yeah.
goes out on Gov Deals or through our
Yeah.
surplus program. Okay. And then,
And they are currently down at the old workhouse stored down there.
this needs to go to the commission. Okay, so, the property committee, did you ask them to send this to the commission? So just to make sure, we need a motion to send this to the commission for proper.
So moved.
Okay, motion second. Any other question? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? All right, did I miss any other business or anything? Okay, under announcements for sure, the next finance committee meeting would have been Christmas Eve. Okay,
Oh,
we're not planning to be here.
good.
And so, I think, talking with Robert before the meeting, on December the 17th, which is the regular committee's meeting, if we could just meet 4:15 at the courthouse. In other words, we'd just be changing the one-time meeting to meet before the committees meet. We could meet at 4:15 there, and then they meet at 5, like they usually do. So that'd be December the 17th, 4:15 at the courthouse in place of the Christmas Eve date here. Is that acceptable to this group? And then other announcements. Does anybody? Happy Thanksgiving. And we certainly got a lot to be
Tree
thankful
lighting,
for.
December 3rd.
That's right, absolutely.
And
And,
Normandy's festival is the 7th. I think War Trace and Bell Buckle, they're the same day off.
Yeah, but the 3rd is the Christmas event on the square. There's a lot going on. We took sponsorship in that along with the city and many others. And they were whispering in my ear, it's gonna be cold, so wear 2 or 3 layers of clothes.
27
So-
degrees, Dr. Garrett.
Yeah, so I made a mistake. I prayed that it wouldn't rain, but I failed to say anything about temperature. So.
Could I have an inside job, please?
So, but it's gonna be a great night. There's a lot of fun festival things. It's out on the website for you. They're expecting a great crowd, and so we look forward to seeing you there. Am I missing anything else? Anybody got anything that?
Move to adjourn.
Say?